in the meantime, we've got ourselves something that's easier to market than gamer bands. It's a TVZ. Not only that, an extremely high level TVZ. And not only that, it's got this man in the lower right hand corner, the red Terran player. He is none other than Byun. And his opponent in the upper left, representing the Afrika Freaks, it's the blue Zerg player, Armani. I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be an incredibly close series. You know, I haven't seen a lot of Byun's play in the last maybe a couple of months since the early bits of GSL. I haven't really seen too much of Byun's play. I will say, generally speaking, it looks really, really solid. But I think this is going to be the real test, right? Seeing him against the players we've watched today or a couple months ago, it's not going to give us a great idea of where he's at. Armani is an incredibly good Zerg player. One of the best in the world right now. And that is, without a doubt, he's really good. And, yeah, it's going to be a tough task for Byun to take him down. There are only a few Terrans that I would say are favored against Armani. And I don't think right now Byun's one of them. I would actually say I favor Armani a little bit in this match. But we'll see. Byun, you know, he's coming back from the military. He's still getting back into it. And he's a fan favorite. He's like the fan favorite. People love Byun. Looks like a fairly standard opening. Reaper off here, being annoying, as it does. See if Byun can get a kill. So far, great execution from Armani, keeping all his lings alive till the queen gets out. Sending the Reaper packing. No kills. Armani also gets his third base down without too much of a hitch. While that's going on, speed on the way. Everything pretty much as you'd expect it. Starport coming up, we've got double Hellion production. Of all shocking things. Wait, the Reaper got a kill. Did it kill a creep tumor? I think it did. I think it did, because this creep tumor tried to spread. The Reaper has it killed. The Reaper killed the creep tumor, guys. That's amazing. Yeah, all the lings are still out there. Hellion's coming across now to join with the Reaper. By our powers combined, we are... Yeah, Hellions and a Reaper. Wow. Just a Viking behind this for now. Ooh, Concussive Shell Marauders. Here I am looking to see what the Starport's making. What's really interesting is what this Barracks is making. Concussive Shell Marauders to combine with this. So, Byun wants to put on some pressure onto Armani. We've got the Bane Nest coming up. Banes are quite good against Hellions. We have, oh, we do have an armory, so that's really important, actually. That Bane Nest is incredibly important. You need to crash Banes into the Hellbats. That's the best way to take care of them, really. We're going to have to see good spreads from Byun to keep as many Hellbats alive as possible, because the Ling follow-up is going to be very good against the Marauders. Marauders are meant to tank Bane shots, kill Roaches, and kill Queens. But they can't fight against the Lings. The Hellions and Hellbats need to be there to do that. Viking can land as well. Hellions catch one of the Lings out here. Two of the Lings out here. Start morphing. Banelings on the way for Armani. He desperately needs them here, but the Queens can buy a lot of time. One of the Queens is going to go down. Out come the Banes. Banes are crashing in. We have a decent split from Byun here. One of these Hellions is still a Hellion instead of a Hellbat. It looks like the medevac went down. Not a lot of units left for Byun. He's got a few more reinforcements showing up, though. And actually, with the concussive shell, he's keeping the Queens around long enough for the Hellbats to actually be effective. Hellbat's trying to get through Mineral Line. We all know just how well that works. The answer is not very well. Ling's getting on top of Hellbats. We all know how well that works. And it's not great. It's not great. It looks like one more Queen is in danger of going down, but I think all these hit points, or all these units are low enough hit points. They'll get taken out. Let's take a look at the trades. So those are really good trades for Byun. Now, after all that is said and done, he's got a third CC about to finish up. The worker count is probably a lot closer than Armani would like it to be. The Liberator is going to keep the harass going, but it looks like Armani is more than ready for that. Spore Crawler coming up and 2 Queens in a perfect position. Byun, Macron behind this. He's got 1-1 on the way. Combat Shields on the way as Stim is already finished. 2 more Raxes. Where are these going? Oh, these are going to be freshly built. I thought these were going to move over there. And the third going to be landed. No fourth base just yet for Armani, but he's about to take it. He's got 1-1 on the way as well. His lair is done, so Bane speed is coming up. Yeah, both players just macroing. Handful more Hellions going to come over, try to put some pressure on. It's only Lings here right now. And that Queen count was very diminished from earlier. So there's not a whole bunch of Queens that can just come deal with this. This is Hellbat Wave version 2. Not sure if I'm a big fan of the Hellbats morphing here, to be honest with you. I think they should go back to Hellions. Hellbats really just not that scary. Banes are going to morph. Decent split here from Byun. Few Lings coming in afterwards. All right, drones starting to go down. 5 drones getting killed. Byun, in the meantime, evening up the worker count. This is still just so annoying to deal with. I feel like the Queens could come finish this off, though. Oh, the Lings chasing the Hellbats. Well, they get on top of them. If they get a full surround on a Hellbat, then it's usually pretty good for the Lings. One finishing up here for Byun. Armani already started on 2-2. Morphing more Banes, getting a bunch more Lings out. Byun not focusing on tanks, instead just keeping on Widowmine production. Widowmines can be very good here. A lot of it comes down to, I don't want to say chance, but it's a little bit chance. It's like you can use skill to get better Widowmine shots, or as a Zerg to get worse Widowmine shots. But a lot of it is still, there's still too many variables for a player to actually guarantee either way. Oh, massive Blink run by. There's enough Marines here and a couple of Widowmines that Byun is going to hold on. The medevacs being there was nice as well. Oh, Widowmine. Nice split from Armani. So that's what I'm talking about. A player like Armani can absolutely split super, super nice. So you've seen that from the top Zerg players for a while now. There's no base here. Byun's gonna learn. I don't know if he knows about the one on the top side. It looks like he does not. So maybe a little surprised to see no base down here. Lings and Banes coming over to try to deal with this. He's gonna lift up and get out of there. Armani not dumb enough to keep chasing. He knows there's mines over there. Armani creeps, his creep spread on the top side is okay, but it hasn't hit any of the high ground sections yet, which it really needs to do. Creep spread down here is not fantastic at all, and that base is forced to cancel. Byun keeping the pressure on. He's got those units on the left. Now he's moving up the right side. A lot of Widowmines here with this as well. That was a beautiful connection. 8 Ling kills. Byun needs a scan. There it is. Gets the scan, clears up so much of this creep. That is so difficult for Armani to deal with. There's a lot of Lings and Banes here, but I don't think it's enough. Look at the army supply. All of a sudden, Byun is up double the army supply of Armani, who's trying to get into lurkers, but he needs to not die right now. His fourth base is under assault. I don't think he has nearly enough here. Oh my god, he's crashing Banes into a Marauder. This Marauder just tanked like 7 Bane shots. Lings trying to flood in. That is a lot of Lings, but there's not a lot of Banelings left to actually kill the Marines. And if there's anybody who can split, it's Byun. GG gets called, and Byun just pushes right through. What a game, man. What a game. Damn. That's pretty incredible. Armani is such a good player, incredibly good player, but be unable to take him out in game 1 there. Just keeping that pressure on. That second Hellbat attack, I really thought that second Hellbat attack was going to be like, just going to smack it off the face of the earth, but Armani just really wasn't ready for it. His queen count wasn't up high enough from that early attack, killing all those queens. To deal with it, the Banes kept really just not getting the work they needed to done. And, well, ended up working really well for Byun. Obviously, his macro behind it was flawless. Non-stop with the Marines and Widow Mines. Very solid play. Let's hop into Pillars of Gold for game number 2. And see if he can continue it. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner is our red Terran player, Byun. And his opponent in the upper right for the Afrika Freaks, the blue Zerg player, it's Armani. I expect pretty similar stuff out of Byun again. I don't think he's going to do a Hellbat Marauder attack again. I think those are good every now and then to bust out, put some real pressure on your opponent, but not twice in a row. Maybe he'll go for something like a Battlecruiser this game, or just a more standard like Hellion Liberator opening, something like that, but I'd be 0% shocked if he went into Marine Mine again. I think that kind of composition works so well for a player like Byun. It's very momentum focused, and we saw that game. He already had the momentum going into the Marine Mine, but it's a very momentum focused kind of composition where the moment the Zerg has the upper hand and has a minute to breathe, spread creep, get that tech going, and get enough units out for that next wave of Marine Mine, it's kind of over. Like, it's really tough for the Terran to come back from that, so you have to just keep the pressure on, denying bases, denying creep, forcing the Zerg to constantly focus on splitting and engaging into Widow Mines, which is one of the hardest things to do, is engage into Widow Mines. And Zerg players have gotten really good at it, but it's still incredibly difficult. And extra difficult to try to focus and macro up behind that. Oh my god, the Reaper got a kill. Queen's about to pop. We're gonna have to get on out of there, skedaddling. Oh, Reaper gets another kill, but it's gonna die. Ooh. A Reaper kill here for Armani, despite the fact that I got 2 Lings. Diving for that second Ling wasn't worth it. No, I don't think Armani's really going to utilize the dead Reaper. to try to gain any big advantages, but it gives him a little bit of, pulls the pressure off his back a little bit. Maybe a nice little confidence. I mean, killing a Reaper is always nice. Killing Byun's Reaper, though, that's some next level stuff. We have Viking first, which in the days of old, in the days of yore, definitely meant a fusion core is about to go down. So we'll keep an eye out here for Byun, although we're not seeing one just yet. Moving the barracks off of the tech lab is mighty interesting. It makes me wonder what Byun's plan is. Seems the plan is a fusion core. All right, there you go. You know, feeling good. Byun is from the days of yore, so it makes sense he would do a build from the days of yore. We're gonna see BC, at least one BC here out of Byun. I'd love to see Byun go for mech. I don't think it suits him all that well. I do think Marine Mine is a much better fit for a player like Byun. Although Battle Mech could be quite nice for him. I think anything where you just gotta keep that pressure on, keep focusing, and where Micro is the end-all be-all. You know, Marine Mine is pure Micro, and I think that really favors Byun. Viking with 9 hit points, looking for an Overlord kill, gonna get it. Queens want to get this Viking, dude. They're trekking off creep for it, but no such luck. Two groups of Hellions moving around a little separately. Like right now, they might group up though. Looks like they're gonna group together. BC's about halfway done. We don't have an armory here, so it's not gonna be another Hellbat attack. Queen's trying to push this away, but doing a great job at it. They're going to dive in, get 3 drones, trade decently with the Lings. Oh my god, Armani trying to block these Hellions from going anywhere further. Spine Crawler here. Only 2 Hellions left. I don't think any more drones are going to go down. He gets 1 more drone. The Viking goes down as well. Armani keeping pressure off of him now. But he loses a lot of workers. Let's see. He's lost 11 this game. And the BC is just now showing up. Sport Crawler trying to move into a good position here. BC gets a few more drone kills. Oh no, careful, careful down. No. Oh, it's a trap. No, get out of there. Oh man. We've seen great Terran players make that very same mistake before. Byun has 1 Marine back at home defending this whole wall. SCV's repairing all day here. The trap of sending your BC to right here where the Queens pull it back in and kill it. Fortunately, that one had enough hit points on it left to get out of there. It's still got 160. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Byun be able to clear up a little bit of creep here if he so chooses to scan, but with the Queens coming up, I think heading out is the smart choice. Ooh, we've got a Spire going up for Armani. He wants to go into that Spire, but I don't think he's realizing this is the real old school BC opening. We don't see this very often anymore. This was really popular probably a year ago, maybe a little bit longer ago than that. I think a year ago is about accurate. And it's the 1 BC just straight into bio kind of play. And I think at least what was considered back in the day, the bad plan is to go into Spire. It's the overcommitting plan. Now he could go into Mutas instead of Corruptors. And I think Mutas would be all right here. Mutas don't trade that well against BCs, but they can still be really annoying to deal with. He needs a lot of Banelings right now, though he's morphing them. Bane speed only halfway done. This attack from Byun is starting to look pretty scary. Spinecrawler is going to try to come down and help out. It's going to be a while before it gets down here, and even longer before it's burrowed. Queen's transfusing, buying time until the Banelings morph. All right, lifts up into the medevac so that Banelings don't connect with the Marines. 2 SCVs going down in the meantime. Oh my god, just a handful of Lings. Byun, what are you doing? Oh my god. Armani getting so much damage done over here with like 3 Lings. BC on the other side warps over. Or just maybe just flies over, try to get something done. SCVs finally clear that up, but 10 of them going down. I think this would be a fantastic push from Byun if he hadn't just lost that. Probably need to teleport away. I wouldn't hate if he teleported over with the rest of his army here. In fact, I kind of love it. He's going to teleport home. The mutas do come out, and it is, in fact, mutas. BC will teleport home. He will help clear these lings out. Byun needs to get some turrets up. Fourth base gets taken out here, and Byun is going to keep pushing. Oh, he's sending some of these Marines up into the main base. Muta's hitting the other side of the map. Oh, where's the repair? Get the repair. Go, go, go. Repair. Repair. Or stim Marines over. That's pretty good, too. Oh, my God. This BC lives with 22 hit points. Byun continuing to try to pressure up top here. Not a lot of Marines left, though. That high ground vision was key as well. I don't know what those tanks just tried to do, but they unsiege and resiege. Armani taking this base up in the upper left. I think Byun's actually in a great spot. The worker count's even. Right now, the base count is even. The mutas didn't do much on this side of the map. The lings aren't doing much right now. Armani's going to try to hit this BC, but he's going to lose a muta for it. He tried to micro a muta out of there, but he misclicked, so he loses another muta to the BC. And doesn't get the kill. There's enough Marines and a tank here to defend against any run-bys. Byun's going to be able to reinforce this position with more Marines and this battlecruiser. And that's going to make it so difficult for Armani to actually clear this. I think he needed the mutas over here with the queens to just try to clear out these Marines earlier, but now there's just too much here. A handful of Marines hitting the left side as well. Might be able to go stim and take this fourth base out. And Byun just wants to take as good of a trade as possible. In come the Lings and Banes. That BC just teleported over. I think he tried to stim and accidentally teleported the BC. A classic mistake. Armani does finally clear this. Byun got so much damage done. In the meantime, this fourth base is about to fall. Byun's got it targeted down. Oh my God, he's not targeting it down. All right, he clicks on it. Lings, Banes, and Muta come in to clean that up. Byun clears some creep in the middle in the meantime, and then decides to pull back. Doesn't want to overcommit here. Armani's got +2 melee and +2 carapace on the way. We actually don't have 2-2 for Byun, and the armory's not even finished yet, so it's going to be a long time before 2-2 is ready to go. Lings circling around, looking for maybe a counterattack, trying to hit this fourth base, but it's not quite there yet, and there's a handful of Marines nearby. Byun happy to macro. He knows he got really good damage done. The game certainly isn't over, but Armani is going to have to try and pull back. It's going to be so tough. There's so many Marines here. And Byun has switched into Widow Mines. He's got Drilling Claws on the way. I'd love to see a second factory here. He's going to go into Drilling Claws, Widow Mines. Muta's getting a couple of supply depots, not the biggest deal. Oh, these turrets aren't ready yet. This was going to be an extremely fortified position. Well, it was going to be and is are very different things. One of them finishes up. Marines get picked up into the base. This Ling run by not doing too much. And I would say a really nice defense of the main base for Byun. Muta's finding a little bit of damage here and there, but I don't think it's enough so far. 6 more mutas on the way. They have +2 on the way as well. Armani really going hard on the mutas. Mass muta against Terran. I mean, it could be very, very good, but also Byun is only making units that are good against mutas. He's on full Marine mine. Although mines walking to their death. I like that Armani is really paying attention here. Oh, is he gonna try to come in with some banes? Maybe not. Got to drop in the main base. The mutas aren't anywhere to be found over here. There's still pressure on the other side, so this drop might be able to hide in a corner, or it's just going to fly into a wall and then just die to queens. All right, or that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Byun's got a lot of turrets up. Oh, and Byun, he started +2 armor, but he didn't start +2 attack. Maybe a misclick here or something. He's got +1 armor for his Widow Mines coming up. It'll help the Thors as well. Gonna do a bit of a push on the left side. There's a lot of Ling Bane for Armani. He doesn't want to take bad trades. He can't just A-move into this. You gotta split a little bit. You can't just A-move into this. You gotta split a little bit. Oh my god. Alright, not a ton of mines going off there. Only a couple of them. So Armani able to break on through. And he's actually just gonna keep going. Oh, the mines. Mines don't connect all that well, but the Banelings are crashing into Thors. Byun not splitting his Marines though, and Armani is crashing through, cleans up pretty much all of the bio, but he does trade all of his Ling Bane for it. Armani on 85 drones though, so his income, while it was touch and go there for a little bit, is good enough where I think he's able to take those kinds of trades and have it be okay. 66 more Lings on the way. He's got a 6th base coming up. Byun gonna try to take this opportunity to move across the map. He's got to be so careful. Armani threatening a counterattack a little bit here. Oh, this would have mine. Chilling. Byun trying to take a 5th base. There's a Ling there. Clear the Ling. Uh-oh, I can't feel it. There you go, he cleared the Ling. Get a couple of turrets. Armani splitting up. How many mutas does he have on the field now? 22. So far, 21 have died this game. Imagine if there were 43 mutas on the map. Wow. Ling Bane posturing on the right side to defend in case Byun moves on creep. Mutas scooting down the left side. There's a lot of turrets here. It's enough mutas to power through that though, and there's no SCVs to repair. Marines stimming up. The mutas will dive out of there. They're actually just going to move around and kill some of these Marines. They got to watch out for the Thor. Ling Bane moving down, trying to take advantage of this moment, but Byun is still very fortified in this position. More mutas going down. What's the muta count at? Sorry, not that. Where am I at? This is what I'm at. 19. Ooh, second Thor pops out. Get out of there. Get out of there, Armani. There's a lot of Banes over here. And despite the fact the Banes aren't great against Marauders, they're okay. And we actually have burrowed Banes kind of hiding around the map here. Just a couple spots of burrowed Banes. But we could see that hit Byun pretty hard if he tries to move up here with a bunch of bio. The muta movement has been very good. For a while, I thought Byun was in a great position. The game evened out a bit, and I think we're still kind of at that even point. Armani trying to make it uneven by going for ultras, but who's that going to make it uneven for? Adrenal's going to be incredibly helpful. Before scan goes down. Oh, the Marines not quite walking over the Banes, though. Armani's going to come in and try to just slam into absolutely everything. He clears a decent amount of it, but there's still a lot left. More Banelings morphing. Not a lot of Widow Mines here. Oh, Mita's going to pair up with this. Mita's, though, clumping super hard, making that Thor volley just crush them. We have ultras out, but they don't have chitinous yet. These ultras only on 2 armor. Oh, and they're just going to die so quickly. Those are paperless if I've ever seen them. And Byun is just going to keep pushing. Armani going for a massive counterattack. Going to try to do big damage here at the 3rd base. His own base is under assault. All right, chitinous is close to finishing up, as is 3-3 actually. Armani could try to wait until 3-3 is done. Loses another ultra before that though. Yeah, he absolutely needs chitinous to go up to 4 armor. He's going to send a few units in. Decent Baneling connections. Bane's trying to crash through. Not triggering any of the Widow Mine shots. There are a handful of Widow Mines back here. Lings and Mutas clean up this third base. Actually going to take out the orbital even. Doing really good damage on Byun's side of the map, but of course Armani has also lost 2 bases in the meantime. 4 bases for the Terran, 5 bases for the Zerg. Very close back and forth. Armani's actually down quite a bit of army supply. However, I think a lot of Byun's still on this side of the map. So if Armani can sandwich with these Mutas, which it looks like he's trying to do, he might be able to take the engagement. Gotta be careful of the Widow Mines. That Widow Mine, I think, just hurt a lot of those medevacs. So all the medevacs are going to go down, even the one with the Thor in it. Byun going to keep pushing. Oh my god, just a moment. Armani. Oh my god, no. Oh. Jesus, that was so close. All right, he's ready for it this time. Oh, but he misses it. Oh no. Armani baited him forward, but he didn't have enough. He's going to bait him backwards again. A lot of Widow Mines here. The Widow Mines connecting beautifully with this army. He just unburrows and brings the Banelings with. He says, screw it. These Banes ain't doing nothing. Another nice Widow Mine shot. And Byun keeping the pressure on. But Armani has taken the supply lead by a good bit. He's up 45 supply now. Muta count has been diminished down to 11, but there's 7 more on the way. I don't think we have any transfuse energy on any of the queens that are around the map. In fact, it's literally just these 2 queens, which means no injects. That's actually a really big deal as we keep moving forward here. The amount of larva is pretty low right now. That's going to make ultras better and mutas. It's going to mean Ling Bane is a lot harder to sustain for Armani, though. Oh my god, there's so many Banes morphing right here. Armani doesn't have any of those with his army. He's just going to cancel all of them. One of those queens goes down, those crucial queens. Muta's hitting the missile turrets over here. Oh, they will clear them up. And that leaves this base very undefended. But at the same time, Armani's losing a base as well. The mirror base on the other side of the map. Byun is mining kind of a hidden base over here at this point. I don't think Armani knows about it at all. Armani is going to try to defend this one on the top side. Spine Crawler not going to be long for this world. Buys a little bit of time for the Ling Bane Ultra to try to come in and crash into this. Muta's coming over to be a part of this as well. Ooh, nice Widow Mine there. That's a lot of stuff for Armani. Is it enough stuff, though? The Widow Mine's connecting okay. Oh my god. I forgot about these things from so long ago. I don't know if Armani forgot about them too. This Ultra on 4 hit points. Transfuse is going down, but the 4 hit point Ultra goes down as well. And this Bile from Byun is just so strong. Armani's going to give up this base as well. He's back to mining from this 4th, but his 5th isn't up just yet. So he's going to lose yet another base, maybe? Oh, the Banelings went down. I missed it. Looks like they didn't get a lot of kills, but a handful of kills to those Banes. This base stays up for Armani, which is important if for nothing else than for larva. But we should see a few drones being sent back over here. Muta's hitting in the main base, killing a lot of stuff. This CC was obviously floated away, but the production is starting to go down a little bit. Not a lot of production available for Byun. Some of it's down here at the 3rd base. It'd be a problem losing these add-ons, things you really don't want to have to rebuild at the 22-minute mark. No, Armani sending in an Ultra basically alone. Gotta pull back the rest of these units. Big Ling counterattack, hitting even more production. This is all really, really fantastic stuff, but he needs to kill the army. He needs to kill the army now, because Byun has a really sick army, and if it dies, he won't be able to remake it. His production is so low right now. Oh, but the Muta's getting found and killed. Cornered a little bit here. Ling Bane Ultra from Armani. I don't know if I really like the Ultras. This composition is so Marauder heavy. I'd almost like to see the Ultras kill this planetary at this point, and the Lings be more of a part of this fight. This is such a Marauder heavy composition that 3/3 Lings with Adrenal is going to be so good against it. Oh, Can this Widow Mine get a good shot? Nope, hits a bunch of Marines. That one, though, with 14 kills. Oh my god, but the link flip from Armani hitting all over the place. Starting to get some SCV damage. Byun just down to 41 workers, but, I mean, he's basically mining from 1.5 bases right now. Doesn't even have these gases. I mean, who needs them? Not Byun. Byun certainly doesn't need gas. Armani wants to run a few Banes in. Instead of doing a big run by, just send a couple Banes in there. And I actually think Armani is in a great position right now. The big deal for him is that he's down army supply. He needs these units out now. Or he needs to go for a big counterattack. I almost wonder if a big counterattack would be the way to go. Oh, man. Oh, that Widow Mine doing more friendly fire to Byun than anything else. That one as well. Beautiful drags from Armani. And those mines slam into Byun's bio. But is it enough here? There's still so many Marauders. And a lot of medevacs in the sky while they're very low on juice. They still have enough to keep these units alive. Muta's in the sky doing a decent job. There's still a handful of Marines down here. Just trying to stutter step backwards as much as possible. Armani trying to keep these ultras alive, but GG gets called. Byun has the tap out. Armani is going to tie the series up 1-1 after an insane game. That's what I expected this series to look like. That right there is what I expected this series to look like. Byun, super strong in the beginning, in the early mid game, keeping the pressure on. It felt like he was in a winning position, but Armani held on long enough to pull it back, get that big Munich count up. Once he had enough economy to support that Lingbane Muta style where he's all over the place, Armani was playing just fantastically, and those Mutas getting so much damage done, keeping Byun back. Just really, really solid play out of Armani to hold on. And yeah, really intensely close game. I had no idea who was going to win until the GG was called. Let's write a Twitch viewer and Seal Pup. Byun, he's back. But is he all the way back? Because we're getting into death horror here, game 3. Byun's got to win this game to prove to me that he's really back. Because Armani's a tier of opponent that is often elusive to players returning from military service. So let's get into game 3 here on Death Aura and see if this man in the upper left-hand corner can prove to us that he really is back. Our Red Terran player, it's Byun. And his opponent in the lower right for the Afrika Freaks, round of 4 GSL player. It is Armani. Man, the opening of the game feels so slow and relaxing compared to how that game was for about 20 straight minutes. I expect standard openings out of these guys. I think the first piece of intrigue is going to come from Byun, whether or not he does some sort of cheeky attack, whether it be Hellbats or something else. I have a feeling Armani's going to mostly be responding to Byun for at least the first few minutes of the game. Defending any big attacks that come his way, or just map ruin up if Byun is doing the same. Yeah, just a Reaper expand here from Byun. Is that? Okay, that's an SCV. I was going to say, is this a second Reaper? No. No, I'm not crazy. Well-timed Reaper. Now, Armani, you know, he's not quite as aggressive as maybe a Dark or a Solar. But it's definitely not out of his range to go for something like a big Roach attack, where if he thinks Byun is just spending way too much time on Hellions in these games, well, maybe he could go for a big like Roach Ravager all in. hit the front with roaches and ravagers, bring the queens even, make them march across the map. I mean, hell, they get speedy zones. They get there pretty quick. I don't really think that's what he's going to do here, but it's definitely not out of his range, so it's something that Byun's going to have to be thinking about. You got to really be paying attention. So far, we've seen Byun on this map twice. He's gone for BC builds both times. And I actually think that BC worked out pretty well for him last game. I think that was part of the reason why it felt like he had such a strong presence in the early stages of the game. Did eventually go down to the queens, but got a lot of damage done in the meantime. Keep an eye out. See where Byun wants to go this game. Armani is keeping it very standard. There's no Roach Horn going down. You know, he's not got a lair on the way just yet. We'll see, but I expect similar stuff out of Armani unless Byun changes it up. We've got another Viking for Byun. And this barracks is got a tech lab right near the starport, but we're seeing a Marauder again. Interesting. Armani's gonna come over and scout. Okay, Byun just canceled the Marauder and started it again. And that was 100% so Armani wouldn't see the Marauder pop out. If this Overlord dies before the Marauder pops out, that is by Byun's design. And it will. That's incredible. That's like 10 out of 10 play right there. Especially with the Hellions and Reaper at the same time. Yeah, delaying that second Marauder, or I guess delaying the Marauder in general, so that there isn't a scout on it. I mean, this could be stim. No guarantees of anything for Armani. But Byun's doing a very similar build to what we saw in game 1. And I mean, that got a lot of damage done. Got a lot of damage done in game 1. It didn't, you know, kill a base or kill a bunch of drones. It wasn't game-ending damage, but it did really well, and it was part of the reason that that Hellbat follow-up ended up doing all right. And off the back of that momentum, Byun's Marine Mine was able to crush through Armani fairly quickly. So I think he's hoping for something similar this game. Armani building a Spine Crawler, actually. Does he have a Bane Nest? He's got 1-1 on the way, but no Bane Nest, no Roach Horn. Oh, man, I think he was caught completely off guard by this. The Hellbat morph that's going to be brutal. Right on top of the Queens. Lings come in just to die. Spine Crawler not being helpful at all. The medevac goes down with a nice focus fire from Armani, but he's got 14 Lings on the way, and there's still a bunch of Hellbats here. GG, just like that. Byun surprises Armani with that big Hellbat Marauder push once again. And Byun takes the 2-1 victory. I didn't believe what I say at the beginning. I said, well, I favor Armani here. He made it to the round of 4 GSL. Yeah, I mean, who's this Byun? He doesn't even have a team, Byun. Byun hasn't been good since 2016. And here Byun goes, he's just like, shut the hell up, chicken man. He smacked me so damn hard. And you know what, guys? Byun is back. Byun, he's back.